Hi, this is MartialHorror here to welcome you to the second episode of MartialHorror's Catbox of Hell. I use that title because my next film is A Cat in the Brain. The film is actually about making horror movies, where a director begins to lose his mind while on the set of his most recent horror film. Now, that does sound very familiar. In fact, it actually reminds us of Fellini's visual masterpiece, 8½. But it's a horror movie, which makes it awesome. Wow, actually, this does sound pretty cool. I actually get to review a good movie! A good movie! Let's check out A Cat in the Brain.
Her face cleaved in half. Another strangled. Yet
Never mind, everybody. False alarm, it's going to suck.
Yet another hanged.
Seriously, I've never seen a more extreme example of a film crashing so badly just from its first scene. The whole slow zoom in on Fulci's head mixed in with the crappy dialogue just makes it seem campy. Oh, and why is it called Cat in the Brain again? Lovely. Let's see what else we've got. This does look suspiciously familiar. Could it be that this is stock footage from Touch of Death? A completely different movie? How do I know? Because I own it! If I want to watch Touch of Death, I'll watch Touch of Death, thank you very much. If your movie uses stock footage, it sucks. That's all there is to it.
I love you so much I could eat you.
Just what I'm about to do.
That's it. Good, good. Move in for the close-up.
The story surrounds Lucio Fulci, playing himself, a director who has fallen long past his prime. Not that it says that in the movie, that's just really our conclusion. We get to follow him driving. Wow, very riveting. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to see him roll down the window. Or go in reverse. Exciting. Filming Touch of Death has definitely taken its toll on the godfather of gore, and he begins to have grotesque visions about it while he's trying to eat. Oh, come on, the movie wasn't that bad.
I'm a movie director. Horror films, usually. I filmed a pretty nasty sequence yesterday.
He visits a psychiatrist to tell him about these visions of death.
What it means is you're breaking down the barriers, the boundary between what you film and what's real.
Guess who just walked in as a patient? Yes, the director. Yes, the one who makes all those horror films.
Dario Argento?
I will. You never know. Maybe he's looking for girls to act in his new movie.
Okay, why does everybody seem to know who Fulci is in this movie? I doubt people would even recognize him, even when he was in his prime, much less now.
Try to concentrate on the metronome.
The psychiatrist is evil and wants to be a serial killer himself, so he hypnotizes Fulci into having more visions so he can frame Fulci as the killer.
Just relax.
But for now, we get to see more Fulci driving! Oh my gosh, it's even more exciting than before! Oh, come on, Fulci, it could be much worse. You could be tormented by your worst movie ever, Ghosts of Sodom.
What about my character as a Nazi?
No, you can't be serious. No, no, no! Not Ghosts of Sodom, anything but that! Why did it have to be this movie? Out of all the crappy movies Fulci has done, it had to be the one that torments my dreams. Ah.
You must make it.
Oh well, at least Fulci himself seems to know how bad it is.
Is there any point anymore? And for some reason, I found him shooting a terrifying thing. It was a girl who was a pocket that they shot a ball into. It was horrible.
I agree. Okay, how easy watching Touch of Death when they were still filming it the day before?
Mr. Fulci, I've seen all your films. I've read all the scripts, the screenplays, the notes. I understand now why you're in this state of confusion.
How is that even possible? According to the International Movie Database, Fulci made 56 movies. If you take that every movie is possibly an hour and a half, you have 86 freaking hours of material. How can you watch that in one day? Even if you spent all day watching his movies, you can't watch 86 hours worth in one day.
Please, what do you want? Please, don't you hurt me. I did nothing to you, did I? What's the matter with you? My money? Here, take it. Go on.
I'm having lots of difficulty taking this guy seriously. I can't even take this movie seriously. We do get a pretty cool scene in the fog, where the theme from the Beyond plays. Those wails are coming from the fans at this point of his career. But this is when things begin to get really unusual. He starts using footage from other movies that aren't his. I can't believe that. I think the stock footage is actually better than his movie. In fact, I'd be willing to venture that the films he's stealing from her right now are much more Fulci-like than Lucio Fulci's A Cat in the Brain. Okay, for the most part after this, just Fulci walking around doing mundane things like turning on the water, or turning on his microwave, and being reminded of more stock footage. Yay. Then we get this weird scene where this chick starts getting naked for him. Okay, I've called movies self-indulgent before, but this movie takes the cake for being self-indulgent. Lucio Fulci treats himself like an A-list celebrity. Everybody knows him, everybody wants to know him, and people get naked for him. So in the end, Fulci witnesses more stock footage and eventually collapses. He wakes up to find a body, and, well, guess how it ends.
But it wasn't me. It wasn't. I swear to you.
The very fact that I reacted like a flatfoot was your salvation. I had you tailed constantly. That's how we ran into the shrink, who was also tailing you. We caught him running out of the park. He was killed trying to shoot one of the officers.
Seriously? That's it? They're going to tell you what happened, but they won't show it? This is the laziest movie ever. But, so then we get this over-the-top happy ending. Uh-oh, it appears Fulci just went off the deep end.
Okay, jelly the money now. Fishing, Mr. Fulci.
Cut!
It's just a movie.
How about that last shot?
It was all right. It's a
Shot's a beaut. So long, and thank you.
Did Lucio Fulci just jack our boat? So what can be said about a movie that butchers its own premise, relies on stock footage, and is full of padding? It sucks.
This has been a review by MartialHorror. My motto is if you're going to have cinematic diarrhea, then at least have the decency to wipe. And if your cinematic diarrhea happens to be stock footage of other people's cinematic diarrhea, then give us a damn courtesy flush.